Hello, everybody, and welcome back to some more board game arena action. In this video, I'm going to be showcasing another game, which I really enjoy playing in real life, which is called Takenoko. It's a cute wee game. Basically, you are sort of the curator of the Japanese Emperor's Garden, and you're trying to basically complete different objectives to get as many points and to win the game. The different objectives you can do are to try to build the garden in a certain way. There are different coloured tiles which have started to be placed on the board here around the central pond. There are pink and green and yellow tiles. If you can put them onto the board in a certain configuration and then irrigate them, in other words, they have water access, then you gain points. There is a gardener who is in the garden, right, doing their job, trying to grow all the bamboo. And if you can grow the bamboo in certain configurations, like this one, where I need to get a stack of yellow bamboo 4 high on a certain tile, then you gain points. And there's also a panda who's going to be running around the board and eating all the bamboo and basically is in conflict with the gardener. And if you can eat the right type of bamboo that the panda wants, then you gain points for that too. On your turn, it's very easy. There are 5 actions, and you can do 2 of them. So I'm going to show the actions to you for the next few turns, but I'll leave a link in the description if you want to see a proper explainer. I'm going to go and get some tiles. I'm going to pick up this green one, I think. Yeah, let's go for the green one. Pop that down. And it also automatically grows bamboo because it's right beside the central pond. And then I didn't really think about that because Panda can't go and eat there now. That's a bit stupid. I might pick up another objective just to give myself some options. Let's take up a gardener one. Ooh, okay, right. So my gardener cards are wanting me to have a lot of yellow bamboo. That's not going to be fun. Just to let you know as well that this is the second edition of the game. In Board Game Arena, you can choose between first or second editions. So there are going to be some rules differences, but I'll try and remember to highlight them as you go along. Just in case you, I'll try and make sure I pick an explainer video that is based on second edition, but that might not be possible. One of the main things is certain things have to be played immediately in second edition rather than be able to hold on to them. And Gardener cards are a little bit more difficult in second edition because the gardener has to actually be on one of the spaces with the bamboo has been grown in order to gain these points, rather than just being able to claim it anywhere on the board, which I think makes sense from a balancing perspective. It's too easy in the first edition just to be constantly like, yep, you can basically piggyback off somebody else's work and just start claiming objectives for the gardener left, right, and center. So I'm okay with that change. It was a bit of a shock because by default, Board Game Arena puts you in the second edition, and some of the symbols are a little bit different too. Yeah, so at the moment, I haven't done a very good job of my turn. Okay, so this is another thing. Once you get past the first round, there is a die that you have to roll, and the die has different weather. And depending on what the weather is that you pick, you get to do different actions. I'm going to pick the sun at the beginning. The sun allows you to do 3 actions on your turn. The actions always have to be different. But having 3 actions, having an extra action there is really useful. So again, I'm going to get some tiles. I'll pick up a green one. Try and start working towards this objective. It's not worth a lot of points, though. It's probably not worth my time, to be honest, but I need to try and clear out my hand. You can only have 5 objectives in your hand at once. Yeah, this sucks a little bit, but it's okay. So I'm going to get an irrigation channel. This is one of the rules differences. In the old version, or in the first edition, I should say, you could pick up an irrigation channel, and you could store it, but in this you have to play it immediately. So irrigation channels run from the central pond, and they basically irrigate the 2 tiles either side of them. These 2 are already irrigated because they're beside the central pond. I'm going to pick up another one next turn and place it here so that this one becomes irrigated. What do I do? Do I move Gardener? I guess I move Gardener to start trying to work on the other objectives. Oh, I should have moved it to the other one. Well, Muppet. It looks like these 2 players, at least based on Board Game Arena anyway, don't have as much experience, but maybe they've played quite a lot of the game and, physically. It's a really sort of neat little game. You're all contributing to this communal garden, but you've all got your own private objectives. And again, you can kind of piggyback off people's work a little bit, but not in the same way as it used to be. Okay, so basically my opponent got the wind action, which means they can do the same thing twice. So that's what they're moving Panda twice, and Panda has accumulated a lot of bamboo for the red player. So depending on what Panda objectives that player's got, they'll be able to get quite a lot of points. Yeah, so it's not looking too good for me at the moment, but I'm getting there. The other thing too is the way the Panda and the Gardener move is kind of important. They can only go in straight lines, and they have to go through the halfway point of the sides of the hexagons, if that makes sense. So, for example, the Gardener who's in this yellow space here cannot go down into the yellow space at the bottom because it involve going through the corner of the hexagon, not the side of it, if that makes sense. All right, okay, so I've got my weather for this turn is storm, and basically in the storm, Panda gets scared and runs around the garden. I get to put him anywhere I want, and if there's bamboo, then the panda will eat. So I'm basically getting bamboo for free, which is nice. So I mean, panda's eating for free. I'll go and pick up a pink one, and then I'll move panda over to the green one. So I'm halfway towards this objective, and I've got a pink one in my panda's belly, just in case I draw an objective that needs it. And then I think I'll move Gardener, start working on this Gardener objective down here. So if I can free up a couple of objectives, that would be really handy. This game's kind of interesting too because every game's different. Not just because of the way the garden grows, obviously, in terms of like the combination of the colors, but there are some games where when you're playing with 2, 3 players, the garden actually grows a lot because the players almost every single turn place, they pick up 3 of these land tiles and they'll play 1 of them onto the board. And if they keep doing that for loads of turns, the garden will grow a lot. And it also means then the gardener is more efficient, or gardener, sorry, is more efficient in terms of how he does his actions. If the gardener, for example, goes onto this pink tile up here in the top right, with the little sort of stop symbol on it, it'd also mean that the green space next to it would also grow bamboo. Any adjacent tiles of the same, like it's just done there, any adjacent tiles of the same color, which are also irrigated, will also grow bamboo. So bamboo can grow very quickly. So if you get lots of tiles of the same color and all group them up, you can get a lot of bamboo production. And it's very, very quick. So in a situation like that, then you might want to try and prioritize maybe gardener cards. On other occasions, you might want to try to go for panda objectives. If you think panda's going to be able to walk around and pick up a lot of bamboo. So this is a strategy that I've seen players do before, and I've been absolutely owned by it, where players will just store up loads of panda bamboo pieces in the panda's tummy, and then literally just play 5 objectives at once. Oh, I'm exaggerating slightly, but more or less. Interesting. I don't know why you're putting irrigation channel there unless there's a plan for later. That seems a bit of a strange move to me, but okay. I'm sure they got a plan. I can't move the gardener this turn, so I'm just going to take another tile. Good, I've got some pre-irrigated green tile, sorry. So I'm going to put it over here. Because I want to get another green tile in here, and it means then irrigation channel. It's a bit more efficient. I don't have to go all the way up here. Now what? I'm going to move the gardener to here. Let's see if I can try and complete this objective. It's a lot of work for 3 points. It's not really worth it. So yeah, green isn't worth as much because there are more green tiles in the pile of plot tiles. And I keep forgetting. Is it then pink and then yellow, or yellow then pink? I should remember, but I'm terrible at this. Where is it? Where's it going to tell me? Ah, 11 green plots, 9 yellow, 7 pink. So pink is the most valuable. Yeah, okay. We've got a couple of objectives coming out here. So they're up to 8 points. So it's basically first to 8. When you're playing with 3 players, it's first to 8 objectives. And then that player who gets the 8th objective first gains a bonus 2 points from the Emperor, but it triggers the final round. So then the other players get another turn each. And I had a game recently where the person who got the 8th objective first ended up losing by about 15 points. So it does not guarantee you victory in the slightest. The fact I can't get the Gardener over to this tile is very infuriating. So, but because this yellow tile down here has got a symbol on it with a stop sign, basically, or like a prohibition sign. It means the panda can't eat here. So if panda ever ends up on this space, the bamboo is protected. So this is just going to constantly keep growing. It's never going to deplete. Whereas other spaces, panda might move there and start messing around with the values of the bamboo. What I maybe want to try and do here is maybe try to get this objective with the 3 columns of bamboo of yellow 3 high before I complete this one, if it's possible. Oh, I can move panda. If that's the case... Oh, no, I have to do it this way. I'll move panda over here, so I can complete that objective. That's nice. Let's move gardener over here. I guess I'll move panda over here. It's hard because I'm trying to predict what my opponents are going to do, but if I can get the gardener to go into this fertilized space, so basically this plus symbol means that bamboo grows twice as quickly. So I'll be able to get 3 in here, 3 in here, and I might be able to get a third one in there, and I can then claim this gardener card. It depends on what my opponents do. That's the thing. My opponents might not cooperate with me. We'll see. That's not where I wanted you to move gardener. Well, yeah, it's actually okay if gardener goes there. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. I have to keep panda quite close to this yellow so I can try to sort of manipulate the height of these stacks over here. Because this one at the bottom, panda can't eat there. Once it gets up to 3 or 4 high, it's always going to remain that high. Ah, panda, you shouldn't have done that. That's very annoying. Oh well. What can you do? Well, green can get a free piece of bamboo growing anywhere they want. No, they didn't help me out. They put it on the wrong one. But it's because they want to get points, which makes a lot of sense. Oh, I get extra action. Pick up a tile. Okay, I'll have to get a green one then. I guess I go irrigation, I suppose, then? I'm only 1 away from getting this irrigated, so that's good. And getting this thing completed. I guess I move the garnet here. Try. If panda moves away from this yellow tile and then doesn't get moved again, so it's within, a straight line of this yellow tile, I'll be able to move gardener to the yellow at the top and then eat the bamboo with panda. So these two will both be on 3. I've got to try and get the gardener down here. Hmm. Maybe I... No, Panda. No, do not do that. Oh, red players really annoying me. Ah, that's gonna take forever. Yeah, sometimes, hmm. Sometimes, yeah, objectives can be very hard to complete. Yeah, I might have to pick up a different gardener card and see if I can get something based on greens. That'd be very helpful if that was the case. Oh, I get a weather improvement or a tile improvement. Hmm. Well, I just put the fertilizer on this one. That's also changed from second edition. You could hold on to those improvement tiles and then place it when you wanted, but it had to be on a tile that had no bamboo. Now it's changed. You have to play them immediately, but you can put them on any tile you want, as long as there's no other improvement on them. Uh, that's now irrigated. I'm going to move Gardener to here. See as I get this 3 high. I don't know how I'm going to be able to manipulate this now. It's going to take a while. I need to get maybe some rain on this yellow one at the top, and I might be able to do it. The cool thing is you can claim objectives anytime you want on your turn. So you can do it at the beginning of your turn, during your turn, or at the end. I'm holding off for now, but I'm really worried about red. Red's really pulling away. It's already got 4 objectives complete. I'm only going to have 2. Yeah, these gardener ones are not very nice to complete. I should probably be trying to get more tiles to get more yellows on the board. I might make it easier. Yeah. Yeah, not going well for me at the moment. I think panda objectives might be the way to go here. If it's pink, it's going to be a bit difficult to complete. Hmm. I might pick up an objective and see if I can then try and complete 3 in 1 turn. Let's just claim these objectives now, just so I can somewhat show that I'm doing something with my life. What objective do I pick up? Do I pick up a gardener one? Oh man, that's very risky. Let's do a gardener. Well, that's possible. If I can get a fertilizer on here. It's not really what I wanted. Well, none of them are what I wanted either. Hmm. I'll get a pink up here. And then I'll move Panda to here. The reason I put this pink up here is it might make it easier for the gardener to get across to the pink and then across onto this yellow. You never know. Yeah, I think Panda objectives might be the way to go here. I'm just wasting way too much time with these gardener objectives. Yeah. With a lot of points if I complete them, but how many turns am I losing? Yeah. Um, the garden's not very big, so plot cards are not going to be very good here. No, that's not the... Yeah, the lack of yellows is making this very difficult. What was that plot objective they just got? Oh, the one I helped them with. Nice. Hmm. Okay, that pink's not going to do much. Do I pick up a panda objective? I think the answer is yes. Okay, that one's fairly straightforward to complete. So as I get it now, and I'll move Gardener up here. And now it's in line with this yellow, and hopefully I can start. If not, I'll just move the Gardener back to this one, and I'll claim that objective. That'll be 10 points. I'll be up to 16. Only 4 objectives. I don't know if you can hear it, but I'm grimacing. This is not gonna go well, I don't think. I always get lumbered with these like really awkward ones. I've had 2 games in a row before this where I've had the ones where it's like 4 columns of green, 3 high. So the same as this, but imagine an extra column. And it's just been impossible to try and get right. Okay, Gardener's gone down here. I'm going to cut my losses, just claim this objective. I'll claim 2 objectives next turn, and then I'll just get another panda objective, and I might be able to complete that as well. If it's like a double yellow, I can claim it this turn, so I'll be up to 5. I'll have quite a I'll have a much healthier points total then. I don't know if I can beat this. That's yeah, my opponent has just kept drawing the yellow panda cards. It just means they've just been running back and forth and eating all this. Which has made it very difficult for me to complete my Garner objectives. That's the thing with this, because the objectives are hidden. You don't know if you're purposely hurting your opponent. I guess after a while you can start making sort of educated guesses. If you are or not. Objective makes sense. Oh, I get a free panda move. Don't mind if I do. I'll probably move panda onto this this pink. Yeah. Sod it. I'll move Gardener here, claim that, claim this. Now what? I'm gonna pick up an objective and I'll go for another panda one. Okay. I think the rest of my moves for this game are just gonna be pick up panda card, move panda. At least I'm not last anymore, but oh my goodness. Red might finish the game here this round. I don't have the right... Yeah, they're surely going to complete it, right? Yep. Oh my. Yep, that's all they needed. Okay, right. Well, if I can get within 10 points of red, that will be a miracle. At the moment, I've got no objectives here which I can complete. Hmm. Nasty. Very nasty. I guess I just pick up another panda one and just hope it's not double green. Unless I can move Panda for free with a Storm, and then I'll be able to claim this, and then I could potentially pick up a plot objective. Yeah, we're on 19, yeah. Very much playing for set. Oh, I needed that earlier, but there's no way. I'm trying to get it irrigated. It's gonna be way too difficult. Yeah, this board really didn't develop. It became very limited, and I didn't. Well, that's a shame. I needed that one turn earlier, so I could have tried to complete this gardener objective, but that's not the way it's going to be. Right, okay. So I can't complete a panda objective, not this one anyway. So I'm going to have to pick up an objective and then either move gardener or move panda. Question is, which one do I do? There's quite a lot of greens about. If it's a green that doesn't need an improvement, I'm not going to be able to complete it. Panda can't go to pink. This one's blocked. This one can't travel to, it's not a straight line. And can't go to any yellows either. So panda card is useless. So I may as well just pick up a gardener one and just hope. Oh, nice, I can complete that one. Again, not worth many points, sadly. Yes, I didn't even finish within 10 points. Ooh, well, I got second, but not a very proud second place. Yeah, I did not adapt to the board. Yeah, having two garden objectives was not the right thing, but then this really slowed me down. Whereas my opponent here had none of that to worry about. All panda objectives. Is panda just too strong? It's just too easy, I think. Because you can just store up all the bamboo and just play them all at once. As long as you don't have more than 5 objectives in your hand. Whereas gardener requires so much work. It requires a lot of fiddly movement to get it right, and then now, because of the second edition, you have to have the gardener on that space in order to claim it. So you can't just claim it at the beginning of your turn. You have to move the gardener, and if you move the gardener onto that space, it might screw up the heights of the bamboo. Because these are the only two really viable yellow spaces, because this one was stuck down here at the bottom. My opponent was able just to basically ping pong panda back and forth between these two. Because Garden was always out of position, was never really able to capitalize. It's also a bit of a luck on the draw too. They drew 3 yellow panda objectives. A little bit harsh. But that's the way it goes. Anytime you got a game with drawing cards and things, you're always going to get a little bit of slice of luck one way or the other. But well, that's Takenoko. It's a cute Wii game. Definitely not the best showcase of my skills in this one. This was a little bit pathetic, but oh well. At least I got some objectives completed anyway. But yeah, that was a very comfortable victory for my Canadian opponent there, so well done. Yeah, very small garden. Sometimes the garden expands a lot, and it's just very awkward too, because the garden often expands as sort of from the central hexagon. It'll expand out as a hexagon, but this was a very awkward shape, which meant then actually movement for both Panda and Gardener was very awkward. Oh well, there you go. That's Takenoko. We've had quite a sort of Japanese theme here this weekend with Tokaido and now Takenoko. So again, if this is a game that you've now discovered and you want to play it, then that's great. I'm very happy if that's the case. I've got it in real life, and it's great to pick out. And I think there's a giant version of it, and you get really big pieces of bamboo, and you're growing them on the board. Yeah, really good fun. So as I said in other videos, I'm going to be checking out different games of Board Game Arena, and then I'll sort of release maybe one video of each just to sort of showcase them on the channel. And then over the summer, I shall release more videos of them. Banking up all the recordings in advance. If it's a particular game, either on Board Game Arena or as a standalone digital adaptation that you want me to check out, feel free to leave comments below. but depending on availability and timing, I might not be able to get around to it, but I will definitely keep any recommendations on the list, and I will be able to remember them and try to check them out when I can. So thank you for watching, everybody, and I'll see you in another video very soon. Take care. Bye bye.